Thursday is here, and so is the CBS News Minnesota Morning Update. I'm Jason DeRusha. So glad to have you hanging out with us today. Kind of a big day here at CCO as we unveil our new focus, Next Weather, we're calling it. Yes, it's a brand. It's on the graphics. There it is. And I'm super proud of our designers and our team. This is something generated right here in the station. This isn't some kind of national consultant telling us, oh, you got to do this. This is our team saying, look, how do we make weather work for the current generation and the next generation? We said, you know, we are always focused on what's coming up next. That's what forecasting is, right? And we give you next in the morning update just to help you plan your day, right? And today's going to be a gem. It'll be in the mid-50s today. The sun is shining. This is just, if you're going to the Timberwolves game tonight, it'll be about 50 degrees. You can leave the coat in the car or leave it on home if you're taking the bus or biking to the Target Center. So a great day. There's your Next Weather Twin Cities forecast. But I do want to tell you, like, Next Weather, we're doing this. Yeah, we're doing the forecast for today, but it is really keeping our eye. You can come back to me. They get the idea. But it's keeping our eye on, you know, alerting you to certain days that you need to watch, and also really broader reporting too. What's next when it comes to climate and comes to just the season or the summer or the winter or flooding or all of that. So it's just focused on trying to give you what you need to know what's coming next. So look for that coming up. And yeah, I think the logo looks cool too. So nice job by our people here. Timberwolves in action tonight. First playoff game, as I mentioned. It's the first one in 4 years. And I know we talk about that, and that sounds like a lot, but it's really been like 17 years since the last one. So it's just been a drought, right? Game 3 against Memphis. And when I think of the Timberwolves, of course, I think of the great players, but I also think of the great mascot, Crunch. Crunch, somewhat controversial. There's a period in the game where Crunch bangs on the drum and is like, defense, defense. And a lot of the writers have been noting that it never seems to work. Somebody should track this and let us know. Let's roll some mascot video, because we've got some success going on right now. We got the Twins playing. A lot of excitement there about TC Bear. You know how TC and I have a bit of a bromance. Crunch, of course. There's the Minnesota United Loon, PK. We got the Lynx, Prowl. Goldie Gopher. We got the Wild, Nordy. Whatever Nordy is. I don't think we're really clear what Nordy is, are we? I don't think they ever say. Who's your favorite mascot? That's the question. You saw the mascot challenge here in our studios. Madonna for the Saints, maybe? Let us know which mascot is your favorite, kind of part of how we're getting excited about the Timberwolves action tonight at 6:30. Leave a comment on Facebook. We'll share some of your thoughts coming up. Let's update you on some of the news headlines we're watching, and there is movement on the mask mandate. The CDC extended a mandate for public transportation. A judge threw it out. We wondered, what is the administration going to do? And news now emerging that the Biden administration will appeal this federal judge decision from Florida. So you know sort of the history. Monday night, the ruling came out. Airlines had people taking masks off midair. The airport then followed at 9 p.m. and said, fine, no mandatory masks here. Metro Transit followed as well. And the federal government, the Justice Department, said, well, we'll see what the CDC wants us to do. And the CDC did ask the Justice Department to appeal. So for now, masks still optional, but we'll be watching for a judge to make a ruling. A plane carrying an Army parachute team freaked everybody out at the U.S. Capitol, including the Capitol Police, as they evacuated the Capitol because there's this plane coming by. They're like, what is happening? Everybody get out. The plane kept going, and it was going to the Washington Nationals baseball stadium. This is the Army. Sure seems like the broadcast crew knew what was happening. The Nationals knew what was happening. It's got to be like a form you fill out, like, hey, we're going to have people jumping from a plane in our nation's capital. So quite a screw up there, but everything was fine. It was just for that ceremony. If you're buying or selling a home, you already know home prices. Whoo! all-time high. Twin Cities set a new record. The median price for a home in the Twin Cities metro is a record $353,000. New data from Minneapolis area realtors and the St. Paul Area Association of Realtors. So it's up 7.5% from March of last year. How about that? That's just crazy, and it's because inventory is so tight and so many people have been looking for a new home, and those realtor groups say conditions haven't changed. Limited inventory could push prices even higher. Relief might be in sight for millions of Americans who've been struggling to pay off student loans. How is this going to play out? Who knows? There's been a lot of jibber-jabber about student loans and the federal government doing something about it. President Biden had indicated an interest in coming up with a plan to forgive student loans. Does that mean for people of all incomes? Does that mean all loans? Does that mean who knows what it means? And with an election year looming, the Biden administration has certainly expressed interest in doing something. So the Department of Education saying, all right, we're going to do some relief. Tens of thousands might get immediate forgiveness. Millions of others might get credit towards repayment. They might change the plan. So we don't know what they're doing, but just now you're up to date. If you have student loans out there, something is happening. The first black-owned bank in the Twin Cities will officially open next week. Sort of surprising that we haven't had a fully black-owned bank, but First Independence Bank. It's not a local company. They're headquartered in Detroit, but they came here to Minnesota with the help of 5 other Twin Cities banks. Isn't this interesting? How U.S. Bank, Bank of America, Bremer, Huntington, Wells Fargo said, you know what, we want to help finance and support First Independent as they open here in the Twin Cities. They've been serving people since late February. In the Twin Cities by appointment only, but that changes next week, and bank executives say they're hoping to educate consumers about financial wellness.
And it's financial literacy and credit restoration, but the end goal that we're looking to achieve is getting people into a 700 FICO score. That's a game changer for so many different people.
Yeah, so good. First Independence is owned, it's minority owned, right? It's a black institution, but they're saying, look, this is not just for black people. We want everyone to come and feel good about banking here. Their first branch will officially open Tuesday, University Avenue Southeast, just the west of Highway 280, and a second branch near Lake and Franklin in South Minneapolis will open this summer. Spring cleanup going on, and we have uncovered somebody, just a vandal. Would you call this an investigation? This is the I-team, the investigation here at CCO. Well, let me show you what we first found. So what's happening? Who's digging up holes in South Minneapolis yards? Is it Ron? Is it Ron burying perhaps treasure, perhaps hiding evidence of a crime? We don't know. Is it me? It's this guy. Oh, it's that one. We got him. I don't know. It's probably raccoons digging up a yard. Here's a guy from a company called Abracadabra Environmental.
That raccoon might have been looking for grubs or worms or something kind of right below that grass line.
Yeah, that's the genie. That guy is a genie from That's really the name of his company. When we went to find answers, our Mariel Mose went straight to Abracadabra. And he said, alakazam. And he thinks it's raccoons. Hey, if you have something involving a rodent or some sort of yard mystery, please reach out to tips@wcco.com. Could someone look at my yard? It looks like crap. It looks like, do we have an investigative unit? Abracadabra. My gosh. All right, happy birthday to Britain's Queen Elizabeth. She's 96, and you know what she's going to do. It is an all-out rager. Yeah, celebrate happy birthday with Queen Elizabeth. It's going to be a crazy queen party. Royally insane. She's been on the throne for 70 years. What do you get the queen, exactly? Whiskey, probably whiskey. We still don't know who won last week's $110 million Mega Millions jackpot. But let's all take a moment and be excited that the gas station that sold the winning ticket's going to get $50,000 today. Yes, the fine folks at Holiday, they deserve it. I hope, now I don't want to put the pressure on Holiday. Actually, I do. Give the money to the people who work in the store. Holiday, you're doing fine. Gas prices are high. You're selling your delicious coffee. You got your nice donuts. Give like Marge or Wendy or Bill or whoever's has to stand there at the cash register and deal with all sorts of goofballs. Give them the money. Give them the money. $50,000. We don't know who the winner is. The winner may not know that they won. This is the crazy thing about lottery, right? Like, you've got the ticket. I'm sure they can go back to the surveillance video at the store and sort of pinpoint the time that the ticket was sold. But a lot of winners are allowed to be anonymous, so it's not like they're going to release that video. So pretty wild. Like, maybe the person, we'll ask those questions today. Did the person come forward? But I don't think so. So pretty crazy. All right, let's talk mascots. Love them, hate them. Victor, says Kimberly. Her favorite mascot is the Vikings mascot. All right. Thanks, Kimberly. Oh, 2 votes for Victor. Todd, thank you. Partial to Victor. Suzanne says hard to say, but today it's the Wolves mascot. Yeah, it's hard to pick one. Suzanne, we love them all. It is years ago here at CCO, if I can get a little nostalgic, I participated in a running race against mascots. Oh gosh, this had to be 15 years ago. It was out at like some high school track. And for some reason they sent me, they're like, send that new reporter, make DeRusha run. So I ran against the mascots, and these mascots are athletic. So like Goldie Gopher runs track, at least back then. So Goldie Gopher just kicked all of our butts. But I beat TC Bear. Candace online said TC Bear is her favorite, but I beat TC. And in fairness to TC, that is a big bear outfit. Bears aren't that fast. Mascot bears. Real bears, they're pretty fast. If you can outrun a real bear, well, congrats, you're not dead. So, like, if you can't outrun, it doesn't work out well for you. All right, this has been the CBS Morning... can't even remember. I've been so focused on getting next weather correct all morning, I've now forgotten the name of this thing. We should call this the next morning... Well, that doesn't make sense. Can we change... What would we call it? I don't know. This is the thing. If it's the next morning update, then we have to do it tomorrow. It's very confusing. All right, thanks for watching.